now recognize Ms.
Madam
Foxx
Chairman.
for 5 minutes. Mr.
Madam Chairman, I got a parliamentary inquiry following up on what Mr. Donalds raised. By what authority is this committee investigating a private business, a private entity, to hold this hearing? What authority do we have? Can you cite me that?
We have authority to investigate anything and everything, and we have putting forward legislation. And Ms. Foxx, you are now recognized.
Anything and everything.
We'll remember that, Madam Chair, in January.
That's a total embarrassment.
Ms. Foxx, you are now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Would you allow? Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Goodell, Mr. Goodell, I'm disappointed that this committee is here today squandering yet another opportunity to address the many issues facing our country. We have a chance to do something for the American people, but just like the Biden administration, this committee is sitting on its hands. Today's hearing is merely a distraction from skyrocketing inflation, unaffordable groceries, record gas and energy prices, supply chain issues, and our open southern border. As we have heard in your testimony, the NFL has submitted more than 460,000 pages of documents, responded to many requests, and engaged in numerous discussions with committee staff. It seems to me an awful lot of committee, or rather taxpayer resources, were expended to investigate the Commanders and the NFL, which are both private organizations that do not employ government officials and are not in the purview of this committee. Do you believe that this committee's investigation is good use of taxpayer funds?
That a question for me,
Yes, sir.
Congresswoman? That is not a determination that I should be making. Listen, I understand the importance of your responsibilities. I can't be the one who would tell you what you need to be focused on, but we believe and we understand our responsibility in the NFL in today's society. We understand that. We do hold ourselves accountable. We hold ourselves to a high standard. We believe that we've addressed this issue responsibly, fairly, by protecting not only the people who came forward to help us address this, but also making sure that we saw that transformation in the Washington Commanders organization, which is really a significant transformation.
Well, to follow up on what my colleagues are saying, this committee has no jurisdiction over private entities. Our jurisdiction is on government entities. So I want to reiterate, I think, what you said. You have no doubts about the independence of the Wilkinson investigation or its findings, correct?
I do not.
Do you believe that somehow a congressional investigation would reach a different or, quote, better conclusion than the independent investigations conducted on behalf of the NFL?
I have tremendous regard for Beth Wilkinson and her team. They were thorough, they were comprehensive. We made sure that NDAs did not block access to any of the people. It was their choice of which to participate, but we had over 150 people who came forward. We believe we understand what the environment was at the Washington Commanders for far too long, and it was unacceptable, unprofessional, and we dealt with that. And I think we've now seen a dramatic turnaround in a very short period of time, and I think that'll be important for all of us.
Well, I think the allegations against the Commanders were disturbing and appreciate you've taken them seriously in your role as commissioner. You've also worked hard to promote inclusivity, specifically around women in the game of football, from fans to coaches to referees to executives. Can you tell me more about why that's important and what the NFL is doing in this space, and particularly talk about the importance of having women in day-to-day leadership roles such as Tanya Snyder's?
Well, Congresswoman, we think diversity is an important element to our success. It's fundamental to what we do. We believe that having the best people, diverse people, including women and people of color, the people that can contribute to the NFL to make us better, that's a foundational issue for us. And so we have many programs to try to create that. It's an ongoing effort. It will always be. We will never reach the goal line, as we say in football, but we do believe that we have made significant progress, but we're committed to making more progress. And I think the work that's being done here has made the NFL better. But I also think hopefully it's been a shining light for others to see that we have taken on our issues and made really significant improvement that people can see.
I thank you for being here today and for testifying voluntarily. I yield back, Madam Chair.